Stan, do you want to do any special introduction?
LGBTQ plus apparel. I was sorry. I was singing holiday music for our holiday episode of They See Me
sleigh
Rolling.
bell sounds.
They do see me rolling.
Ching, 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 ching. They see those sleigh bells jingling, ding, ding, ding-a-ling, do.
Jingle bell,
They say it's
jingle
lovely
bell, jingle
weather
bell
for
rock.
D&D together with you.
They say ding-a-ling in that song.
I don't think so, but I don't know
Hard
the
to
lyrics.
say.
Okay.
I
didn't either. And I was like, oh, really? There's a ding-a-ling in that song.
That's what it's all about.
The song "My Dingaling" by Chuck Berry also
That's
has,
probably my
ding-a-ling.
favorite Christmas song. I like to sing it while I'm
Yes.
watching my favorite Christmas movie, Die Hard.
The original Christmas movie, really.
Yes.
Along with all the Harry Potter movies, because all of them include Christmas.
That is true. That's true. I like the scene in Die Hard where he sends that guy down in the elevator, the dead guy in the elevator, and it opens up, and written on his sweater, it says, "I've got a dingaling now. Ho, ho, ho."
Yep. Anyway, so that's what this episode is all about.
Yes, this
That's
is
the true meaning of Christmas.
special holiday edition of They See Me Rolling.
You know what else makes this special? Is I am not the DM.
Is this the upside down, like Netflix's Stranger Things?
Wow, topical.
This whole game is going to be an RPG of Stranger Things.
I don't
It's-
think that's accurate.
You are inside of an arcade. You see Frogger in front of you. What do you do?
Frog.
You win. You solved my puzzle. I'm gonna step in. I suppose I should say who I am. You probably already recognize my voice from previous episodes. It's me, Michael M. Rader, back again, and I'm gonna be DMing, and Stan is going to be a character.
Yay! You may notice that one of us is missing. Hayden. Hayden's computer is broken. That's why you haven't seen any new episodes recently. So we decided to do a holiday special.
Yes, and we will in the future have a special one-on-one episode with Hayden to find out what Hayden was doing during the events of this very episode. All right, well, if I get Stan's blessing, I'm going to go ahead and begin.
You do it, man.
All right, thank you for your blessing, Stan. 'Twas the night before Solstice, and the night-birds were hosed, for the pass on their way to the next town was closed. So they said with a grumble, "I suppose we shall stay in that scenic hamlet just down the way." Through snow and through bluster our heroes did pass, and came to an inn called the Speckled Ass. 'Twas warm on the inside and rather gay. Take that as you want to, any which way. Our brave troops sat down with little commotion and began to demand warm healing potion, by which I mean drinks to blotto our band, but you know that, I need not hold your hand. And so this is where our tale will begin, in a town called Hausberg in Whatshire Glen, where the solstice, you see, is a rather big deal, and these halflings that live there observe it with zeal. If their feast is disrupted, they'll throw a great fit, and will pay for protection, as luck would have it. Now deep in their drink our heroes are found, when in through the door bursts a man quite round. He says, "I'm the mayor of this quaint commune, and with these powers I must hire some goons. For harm was done to us by a bugbear, who lurks upon yon mountain in his dire lair." "What luck," says the mayor, while looking about. "I've happened upon warriors, never you doubt. They'll fight this fell beast, and surely not fail to return us our feast when they prevail." Now this talking in rhyme surely must end, as all good things must. Now time to DM.
That was
Beautiful.
efficient exposition.
Yeah, that was impressive.
I just need to know.
You raised
I
the
need
bar
to-
there, man.
I need to rewind for 2 seconds. I need to know
Yes.
when we enter the speckled ass, what is the picture hanging on the sign above the door?
Ah, yes, of course. So the picture hanging on the wooden sign outside the door is that of a rather sassy-looking donkey that's looking back, and you see spots upon its butt.
It's a donkey's butt?
Yeah, it's a donkey. Well, you see the whole donkey, but the donkey's butt is speckled.
I think.
Okay.
No, I think it's the back end of a donkey with the donkey looking over its shoulder.
So
you got the double entendre
ass.
with we got the speckled ass. And its
Exactly.
ass is speckled.
And the donkey looks so sassy.
Absolutely beautiful. Okay, back to
Snap back
Coen-
to reality.
Coen- Coen-
There goes gravity.
Yep, mom spaghetti.
So
Coen
I'll
Coen jumps to his feet and says, "I'll be at your service."
So I'll set the scene in prose rather than verse. So you are in the Speckled Ass, a warmly decorated halfling inn, rich with the scents of spiced cakes, plum puddings, lemon sweets, sweetbreads, and mulled wine. You'll note that as this is a halfling inn, the ceilings and fixtures are much lower. So Coen, you're gonna have to watch your head while moving around. Skumk, you're okay.
I literally just jumped to my feet and knocked myself out. And then I stood up gently and said those things I said before.
Now, I would also like to point out that the chairs are too comically short for you. So if you're sitting down, Coen, your knees are going to be up by your chest.
Yeah, I figured they're up by my ears. It's
Also,
a good look.
because it's so snowy, Skunk is wearing a comically oversized coat.
Oh, perfect. That's exactly
Just
what I
for
want.
effect.
As mentioned in rhyme, there's a funny old mare who'd like some of your time. Please, brave sir, Solstice is the only joy we citizens of Houseburg have in our provincial trash lives. We've been scrimbling and scrambling the whole last year to provide food and gifts for the great communal feast of St. Piddlespot-Now-How, and now we have nothing to eat. No how pudding, no broiled beast, not even a can of how hash. All that's left is the scent of these tasteful treats, scents that you've no doubt already snuffled. Would you be willing to help me?
Yes.
I snuffled them. They're okay.
Well, I mean, it's all we can do. We are but humble folk.
Yeah, I'm not picky.
So you're willing to help us poor house with our situation?
Yes.
Sure.
That was a lot easier than I thought it would be, actually.
We don't have anything else going on.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, I appreciate it. I didn't even talk about pay or anything.
I'm a vengeance paladin. Vengeance is my just reward. That's all I require.
Wait,
Delightful.
don't leave. Can you remind us what we're supposed to do?
Well, I'll be on my way. I have much to do. I'm very busy, you see. But if you need equipment or further information, please speak to the bartender, Simon Syphilsport Cowhow Howdle-Who.
Oh, okay.
Now I'll be off.
After
you,
he
Mr. Mayor.
leaves, I just sit at the bar and take no further action because I did not quite understand what he wants me to do.
I think somebody stole all their presents.
Yes.
Skunk has taken far more quests than he has ever actually done.
Or understood what he was doing at the time.
Before you can actually do anything, a waitress carrying flagons of mulled wine across the room trips right near Coen. And Coen, I'd like you to roll a dexterity check.
I really hope I can do a Spider-Man and catch everything, but knowing my dexterity, it'll be the exact opposite.
13. So, Coen, you do manage to save the waitress from falling, although the wine does clatter to the ground. Unfortunately, you were not able to Spider-Man this, but everyone in the inn does applaud for you for doing this. But you have pulled an Achilles tendon in the process, leaving you somewhat wounded. And hopefully,
Ouch.
you might want to call to see if there's a cleric in the house.
Is there a cleric in the house? I just kind of hobble a bit. And,
I think I may be able to help you with that, friend.
ooh, who's this deep-voiced individual?
You see approaching you a very dark green, muddled, yet roguishly handsome half-orc. I have a little skill here in medicine. I can help you.
That would be much appreciated.
I get down to Cohen's foot and I grab some bandages and I wrap it up. And let's see if I do a medicine check here.
Yes, please do.
Skumk is watching passively.
23. I think I probably did okay.
Yeah. Not only have you wrapped it up properly, it's actually in better shape than it was before he pulled it.
Hey,
There you go, my friend. One good turn deserves another.
thanks for that, fellow traveler. What might your name be?
My name is Murk. Murk Smith.
Hi, Murk. You're not related to it.
No.
How would you even know what I'm talking about, Murk?
Pretty suspicious.
No relation to the Waterdeep Smiths.
You get asked that a lot, I assume.
I do.
Well, it's a common name.
It is a common name, especially when there's so many Smiths out there. It's really odd that they'd ever make a noble family called Smith. It's just so strange.
Yeah. Did you happen to hear what the mayor had to say before? I mean, he shouted it to the whole inn, so.
The bartender clears his throat. Goes, you can talk to me if you want to. I can tell you more about it if you like.
Well, tell us more, old friend.
I'd love to. Can I fill up your cup first, Mr. Goblin?
Did you say there was mold wine?
Yes, it's spiced wine. It's for the holidays.
It's not brewed from mold?
I mean, we could. There actually is some, but that's because of. That's just issues with sanitation.
It's a delicacy.
Yeah, we're into double entendres here at this inn.
I'll take some.
All right. Can I get anything for the rest of you?
Wait, does
gentlemen?
the mold also have spice?
Yes, it's spicy mold.
I'll have the mulled wine, but not the mold wine.
Okay, I'll just get you the mulled wine. And
the mulled wine.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll get you the moldy wine.
No, the mulled wine.
Who's on first here? Am I right?
You guys, you're too funny. I like you. I like you both.
You say something 3 times and it's funny, guys. Don't you know that?
A Shirley Temple, please.
Oh, absolutely. The bartender ducks behind the actually really, really short bar that it's like comes up to your waist, most of you except for Skumk. And he brings out a little plastic cup filled with some sort of carbonated beverage mixed with cherry. And there's also a little maraschino cherry on top, and hands it to you. Murk.
Nom, 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 nom.
I'm a little concerned. My voice is kind of similar to yours, Murk, but I hope anyone listening will be able to keep this clear.
This, I have no doubt, my friend. Your voice is a pleasure to behold.
Oh, and I love your voice, too. I mean, it's just, it falls on my ears like the food of the gods, but like aurally.
I will admit that is rare for me to hear.
I have no strong opinions about your voices.
Oh, well, I mean, I love your voice, too. I mean,
Yes, your
thanks.
voice is. This may be a little presumptuous of me, but I will ask your permission first. May I please give you a hug?
Me?
yeah.
Yes, you little one.
Sure. I leap into his arms. I climb up on a chair and then leap onto him.
I give him a
Seen a
great
hug.
big, warm but gentle hug. Ah, you're so adorable, and your aroma is quite rich.
Thanks. You too.
I heard you all were a little unclear on the issue that our mayor was discussing, so I'll just keep it brief and quick for you. You see, we have this feast every year that it's very important to us. It's the feast of St. Piddlespot-Now-How, and there's this rather nasty bugbear that lives up on the mountain just behind our village, Mount Kill-a-Halfling Jarrow. And and see, he's never really cared for us or our feast. He seems kind of annoyed with our joviality. And this year it seems like he's finally gone and done it. And he snuck in and took all of our food. So we'd like you brave adventurers to do is climb up Kill-a-Halfling Jarrow and get the feast back from this bugbear named Grunch.
Grunch. This Grunch sounds quite rude. I will happily go there if my 2 new friends would be willing to join me.
I had a great uncle named Grunch.
Oh, really?
It's a pretty common name.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess no relation unless you're part bugbear.
No.
Oh, I just realized I don't know your names.
I'm 1/3 hobgoblin on my great-grandfather's side.
You're not talking to me, the lowly bartender, are you? You're talking to your 2 new friends, aren't you?
Well, I'd like to know everyone's name. What's your name too, barkeep?
I'm Simon Syphilsport Cow How How Who.
It's a pleasure. My name is Murk Smith, as I mentioned to my friend, Mr. Big Man here. What is your name, Mr. Big Man?
I'm Coen Paladin.
That's
of
Mr.
Bast.
Big Man.
At your service.
It's a pleasure. May I hug you two?
Okay. Sure.
Again, I give another warm but gentle hug to Coen.
You're quite a
friendship.
hugger, aren't you?
I am. I enjoy all people.
Wow, that's pretty...
If you need some supplies, I have some snow goggles in the back for snow blindness, and I also have some warm clothing, and I've also got some ice axes and crampons if you need them.
Excellent. I believe we
sure.
might, but you two go first and pick what you need. I'll take what's left.
Oh, there should be enough for all of you, really.
Oh, well, that's very convenient.
It is rather convenient, but we've had to deal with the Grunch a lot, so we've sent a few adventurers up there before, and you'll make it back how willing.
Have they ever come back? Just out of curiosity.
It's hard to say. Some of them may have just run off with the money we gave them and not come back, or took the equipment and sold it. It's hard to say.
Maybe it's just because it's really great up there.
I know one way of preventing that. We will not accept any payment until we return with the Grunch's head.
Yeah, that's excellent. I mean,
I don't need to be paid at all, honestly.
the mayor is gonna love this. So if our the waitress that you just saved, Mr. Coen, was it?
Yes.
Her name is Cindy Now-How, and she would actually be willing to lead you to the foot of the mountain, and show you where to go.
Great.
Are you all ready to leave?
Yeah.
Sure. So this gear is just to protect us from the snow, right? It doesn't
Yep.
serve any other functionality.
No, not really. I mean, it's kind of what you would expect. I mean, just spiked shoes and ice axes, and if you want to use those creatively at any point, you can do that. But
So there are
it's-
some crampons and pitons and
crampons. Yeah, and ice
What are
axes
crampons?
And, they're shoes they're boots with spikes on the bottom of them for keeping your
Okay.
For kicking.
Yep, for kicking.
All right.
Yep,
I put on my crampons.
They're for playing golf.
Really wish you didn't wear those in the bar. You've put holes in the floor.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I turn to Cindy and I say, "Lead the way, madam."
Yes, sir. So she leads you through the provincial town of Hausberg, and on your way you see a smattering of tiny picturesque cottages all draped with fluffy snow, and you all get the horrible sense that you've fallen into a Thomas Kincaid painting.
The Thomas the Tank Engine
Thomas the
episode.
It's a
Yes,
Thomas
one of
Kincaid
those.
painting of Thomas the Tank Engine.
Yes,
Oh, wow.
yes. There's miniature trains with faces on them and a light source that you really just can't figure out. It almost looks like everything's on fire, but it's really not.
Oh, that sounds cool.
And Ringo Starr is just randomly narrating everything we do.
Yeah, but sometimes it's George Carlin. On Beyond the Village, she takes you across a vast, flat field of unadulterated snow. And as she goes, she
I
says,
adulterate it.
"Oh, no."
Oh no. Oh,
She
sir. I don't think that's appropriate.
I don't even know what that means.
She says, I'm not surprised that mean old bugbear Grunch finally done it. He's been terrorizing us owls for who knows how long. Sitting up there in his cave watching us like a big green shaggy pervert. Why, he dressed up as sweet Saint Piddlespot-Now-How himself, red beanie cap and all, to do his terrible deed. And he gave Madam Mrs. How a conkin on her noggin when he snuck in and looted the larder. He did, mean old thing, how curse him.
Wow, that's terrible.
I think that's so
wait.
impressive how you said all those words, one after the other, without saying or or stuttering.
Now, you may take it from my accent that I'm not quite an eloquent person. I've suddenly become New Zealand. Now, I'm both Cockney and New Zealand, you see.
That's fair.
But
There's a high expat like population in New Zealand.
I took elocution lessons. I can speak well, I can.
Oh, I think you speak wonderful, good Miss Cindy. About this
Cindy's Know-How.
About this Brunch fellow. Were you ever on good terms with him?
No, I wouldn't say, not since I've been alive now.
Okay.
How old are you?
I'm 13.
Oh, okay.
Has the Grunch ever killed anyone?
As far as I know, he hasn't killed anyone.
That's good.
But that's just as far as I know. And what do I know?
Well, perhaps we won't have to bring his head after all. Certainly, stealing items isn't worth decapitation.
Well,
I think we'd mostly just be happy if he brought the feast back.
Right, but if he does this every year, we should find the root cause and pluck it out.
The head.
I don't really care one way or the other. So you come to the base of the rather tall and rather intimidating mountain Kilihalfling-Jaro. And the first thing you notice is that there isn't a trailhead, as you might expect, but rather a sheer ice wall that your party is going to have to scale. And Cindy says, I'll leave you here. I ain't going to climb up there and risk my bloody neck. There should be a cave entrance at the top of the ice wall. Pass through there and you should find the Grunch, mean old nasty pervert that he is, probably snogging with our puddings. How blind his eyes.
all right, Cindy. I assure you I will take Bast's vengeance upon him for stealing your valuable food. And we will bring it all
Yeah,
back.
I'll be with you.
I'll be with you too. And Bast.
And she wanders off, and you are left staring at a sheer ice wall that you're gonna have to find a way up.
Are there any steps by any chance?
Nope, you're gonna have to go up the old-fashioned way with crampons and ice axes. So I'm gonna ask you to do either a strength or athletics check, whichever is preferable for you. Coen, 13. That just barely passes.
12.
Oof.
I think I'm gonna turn into a mountain goat.
So you're John Darnielle now?
Yeah.
And just start singing depressing songs.
Yeah. I say some stuff that I'm not that into, but other people really like. So
I hope you die. I hope we both die.
Oh, well, we're going to make it through this year if it kills us.
Yeah, I'm gonna no children. And I
Is that how jokes work?
I just run up the side of the cliff.
All right,
Goats like to do that.
Murk. So you are both halfway up the ice wall. Skumk has already leapt up there easily. Murk is actually up ahead of you, Coen. And when you're about halfway up, he loses his grip and starts sliding down. And he manages to drive his ice axe into the wall, but he is hanging by his ice axe at the moment, right above your head.
Oh, oh dear, this is terrifying.
Ah.
All right. So I want to try and climb up alongside him and grab him and bring him to somewhere safe, like help him get back to safety.
I'd like you to do an athletics roll.
Whoa, 23.
23. So you, effortlessly and very, very bravely grab Murk just as his fingers slip off of the ice axe, and you are able to right his footing next to you and help him get up the rest of the way. And it's really, really very beautiful, much like the Sylvester Stallone movie Cliffhanger.
Your kindness overwhelms me, friend. My heart is full.
Oh, well, I was just repaying the favor for healing my Achilles heel before.
But that was my pleasure. But thank you.
I just need to remind everybody that I think in Cliffhanger, doesn't Stallone drop his best friend?
No, not his best friend, his girlfriend. No, just some lady.
This is Cliffhanger 2, the one
Cliffhanger
without
2.
bummers.
Cliffhanger 2. We got there this
Cliffhanger 2,
time.
the one where everybody's okay in the end.
And there's no villain. It's just friends rock climbing and ice climbing and having a good time. So you climb over the lip of this ice wall, and you find yourself standing on really a fairly narrow ledge. And right in front of you is the opening of a cave with icicles dangling from the mouth of the cave.
This must be the cave that young lady was telling us about.
That makes sense. That is in line with the description we were given.
Perhaps we should go inside.
I go inside.
Are you still a mountain goat?
Yes.
Skumk? Okay, excellent.
Were you talking as a mountain goat?
Yeah. It's well known that I can talk when I'm in wild shape.
Oh, okay.
I think it's important to note that were Hayden here, there would be a reference to Black Phillip at this moment, and Hayden would say, "Wouldst thou like to live deliciously?" I just think it's important that we keep that spirit here with us.
And I'd be perplexed by what that is because I still don't know.
You should watch The Village.
I would actually get that joke now, and I would be more annoyed since I didn't
you
like
don't.
the movie.
That's right. You don't like The Village, do you?
What is it called? The Visit.
I did not enjoy it.
It's The Witch,
Witch,
but it's
but
spelled with two V's.
Yeah, it was a fine movie that I did not find entertaining at all.
You are inside a ice cavern, and it's actually rather light in there because the just the light from outside reflects off of the crystals and all around. There are, well, actually, go ahead and do a perception check.
Well, I'm a goat, but I got 17 anyway.
Okay. Goat eyes are spooky.
Yeah, they are. I got 7.
You notice that there are deadly sharp icicles up above your heads. And you get the impression that they look kind of loose, and that any loud noises might bring them down on your head. You also notice that one of the icicles just looks a little bit off, like a slightly different color from all the rest.
Hey guys, look at that funny icicle.
Why, that is a small little icicle, and it looks so different from the rest.
Okay, so the mechanic that I'm going to be doing here is that you all need to be within 10 feet of one another to speak quietly enough to not make the icicles fall down on your heads. If you move from outside of 10 feet from one another, you're going to have to speak loudly enough, and an icicle will fall, and there will be a chance of getting damage.
My friends, let's stand together and talk quietly like this.
I lick your hands
Oh,
with my giant
that
tongue.
tickles.
I scruff your mane and ears.
As you reach the center of this cavern, you hear a skittering sound coming from what seems to be all around you. And you look down and see that there are a swarm of ice centipedes crawling out of just crevices all around you. Up above you, the strange-looking icicle, and it's rather good that you got you got a 17 on this and notice this icicle, because it fails to ambush you. Because this icicle melts, and it is in the form of some sort of ooze that seems to have the countenance of a man. And it drops down from the ceiling right into the middle of your group. And I want you to roll for initiative.
I got an 8.
I got N6.
12.
Slithering tracker in your midst gets a 14.
Now, how big are these centipedes?
They are very small. It is a swarm of very tiny, fairly innocuous centipedes.
Aw, cute.
Cute. I thought they were food.
Things can be two things. Like pancakes with smiley faces on them.
So you are currently surrounded by centipedes, which are about 60 feet away from you. Now, the good news is that centipedes are mostly blind and can only see 10 feet in front of them. They are actually going to move somewhat randomly, and it will be kind of random whether they will move towards you or not. But the slithering tracker is in your midst at the moment. And also, if any of you cast spells that need to be spoken out loud, there will be a chance of an icicle falling.
Okay.
Okay. The slithering tracker looks at the three of you, and you don't see any hint of intelligence or sanity in its eyes. After taking
Me
a moment... After taking a moment to assess the three of you, it decides to grapple Coen. And so it starts slithering around Coen's legs.
Oh, my friend. It's slithering around your legs.
It attacks with... it's a critical hit.
Oh,
So
dear.
nat 20.
Wow, I got 19, so that doesn't beat it, though.
This ooze, basically, it slithers up around your legs and around your arms, and it has managed to wrap around you like a boa constrictor.
Yuck.
So
Get off me. How does it feel? Like, is it slimy, cold?
it is extremely cold. This is a creature of water and ice, and
Ooh.
it is clammy, it is cold, and it is slimy, and it has seized you. So to get out of its grip, you will have to
Get off me, you horrible thing.
you have to succeed in an acrobatics check on your turn to escape from its. Next is Skumk.
I guess we're pretty close together, so I can't charge, but I do ram it.
You mean me?
The thing wrapped around Cohen's legs at an angle, so it doesn't just break Cohen's legs.
It's wrapped around my
Okay,
whole body now.
It is, and it has has something called damage transfer. So if you attack it, it will only take half the damage dealt to it, and the creature it's grappling will take the other half. So whatever you do,
But
Cohen is
Skunk
gonna get the
doesn't
other
know
half of
that,
it.
so I mean,
Yeah,
that's
no,
cool.
Skunk doesn't.
Yeah, there's only so much a goat can do.
Hit him.
22.
Get him off me, Skunk.
Well, that is a hit.
I don't do very much damage either. 8.
8 damage. So the slithering tracker takes 4 damage, and Cohen takes the other 4 damage.
Skunk, that hurt.
Sorry. Maybe I should just stop being a goat, but it's so warm.
So next, it is Murk's turn.
Good job, little one, for taking that thing off our friend Coen. Perhaps one day I'll ask you your name. Now, I think I'll cast something.
Murk is so condescending.
I'm going to cast Sacred Flame.
Okay.
Target must succeed on a dexterity saving throw.
What do you say when you cast? Do you have a prayer to your god or something? Just something cool?
Oh, I say, oh, gods, whichever ones happen to be around at the time, if you so happen to have the opportunity, please hit this thing that's causing pain and suffering to my good friends here.
A great light appears and goes, "Howdy doodle," and you have been blessed by the great god How. The icicles above you rattle, but none of them come loose. So you are safe this round, and the slithering tracker got a 7 on its dexterity saving roll. So it is hit.
I rolled a 1, so it's 3 damage. A 1 and a
Alright.
2, I'm
Okay.
sorry.
1.5.
Wait, is it still on you?
Yeah, it's still on. It will only be released if Coen can beat it in an athletics contest.
I am so sorry, my friend. I'm trying to help you.
Murk, that was barely a scratch. Don't worry about it.
The great god How is not actually that powerful, and your sacred flame was really more of a fizzle.
Like a sacred candle you'd put in your window.
Or more of a match?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, a sacred match. It's your turn, Coen. So you are grappled, and so you have to throw it off with an
right.
athletics check.
I'm going to flex my enormous belly and my arms or like just everything and try and like just smash this thing off me.
All right. So you have to beat
12.
a 12.
And I don't. So I just go and make a very constipated face roll. And nope, nothing. I'll get you next
Do you
time.
fart? Do you fart when it happens? Because that would be so funny. It'd be
Oh
so
yeah,
funny.
it's a very wet sounding fart. It's
Very funny.
Not good. Oh, hilarious. Just imagine it. You can imagine that, listeners.
Yeah, finally some good humor in this podcast.
Or maybe we can put a wet fart sound in post.
Yeah. Oh, that would be perfect. It is now the centipede's turn, and these are blind centipedes. It's tails. So the centipedes actually all wander further away from you. They are now 60 feet away from you. So you are spared a centipede attack for this.
Good centipedes. It's a pleasure. It's been a pleasure seeing you, centipedes. You have a safe trip home.
Okay, it is the slithering tracker's turn again, and it is going to try to attack Coen while it has him bound up here. It gets a 20. That beats your AC, right, Coen?
Yeah.
You cut out a little bit. So it hits you for 5 points. Skunk's turn.
I am gonna transform back into a regular old goblin. Then I cast Shillelagh.
Very nice.
And hit the thing right in its body.
All
By
right.
which I mean Cohen's body. This is like the 3rd time I've done a melee attack. So
All right. You
14?
You just barely you beat its armor class just barely. So
8.
4 to the slithering tracker and 4 to Coen.
Ouch. Curse this thing.
It seems a little bit bothered, but it's still looking all right. It's still fairly composed and still just as gooey as ever.
In Bast's name, I'm going to destroy you next round.
Murk, what you do?
I just hate this. You seem like you're in such terrible pain.
Hit it. Damn it. Just hit it. Don't worry about me.
I must risk it again. I will cast Sacred Flame.
What's my prayer going to be this time? Something perhaps a little bit more specific. While you go ahead and roll the dexterity saving throw.
19.
Shit!
And you see a light pop out of like nowhere and just fizzle out.
Well, that didn't go anywhere.
Oh, well. You're trying, Murk.
Once again, you are spared from an icicle attack.
Well, at least there's that.
The slithering tracker forms a human head long enough to laugh at you and mock you. Coen, it is now your turn.
I'm
you-
going to scrunch up my face again and expand my belly again. And I roll a 13.
You beat it.
And
My
I-
friend, good job, good show. I knew you could do it.
And I shout extremely loudly as I fling this thing off me. Yeah!
Oh, you're good once again. These icicles are actually holding pretty tight.
What about the Stan said?
Wait, what is... Oh, good show?
Yeah.
Oh, I think he was.
Oh, yeah, I
deserves a
clapped.
roll.
Yeah, I got excited and clapped.
All right, no icicles fall. And the slithering tracker has been thrown off of Coen, and it is now really in the middle of all of you. It's the centipede's turn. Okay. All right. Heads, they move towards you. Tails, they move back. Heads, so they move 20 feet towards you, which that still leaves them at 40 feet away. So you
Welcome
really...
back, centipedes. I missed you. You're so lovely.
Okay, it is now the slithering tracker's turn. It turns on Murk, and it forms its hand, or it forms a appendage basically that turns into the shape of a club, and it swings at you, and it's a 10. What's your AC?
My AC is 11, so it misses.
All right. It swings at you, but it's still a little dazed from getting thrown off of Coen, and it misses. It trips a little on the ice and kind of spins around comically and then rights itself.
Oh dear, are you okay?
I look at the slithering whatever on the ground.
Tracker.
And I say, I think you guys have got this. And I go over to look at the centipedes.
Okay. So let's see. The centipedes are 40 feet away from you.
I can't make it all the way to them. I can move 25.
Okay. All right. So you're a little bit closer to the centipedes, and you're just watching them.
Yeah, I'm like squatting on the ground and watching them crawl around.
Okay. Yeah. And that's your turn?
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. Well played.
If you use your whole turn, you can actually get to the centipedes. You know that.
Oh yeah, that's right. You
Yeah.
can sprint.
You just can't make an action when you get there.
Oh, can I whack the monster before I leave then?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I whack the slime with my shillelagh. 16.
Okay. That beats its AC, so go ahead and roll for damage.
3.
All right, well, it takes all 3.
Then I go over to watch the centipedes.
And then you just saunter over to the centipedes.
He just nonchalantly, like he's carrying a cane, whacks the slithering tracker.
It looks very confused.
I'm gonna get it right this time. And fortunately, no one's going to get hurt. All right, dear Jesus, I need you to kill this for me.
Is that what Jesus does?
It's Christmas.
In the fantasy world, Jesus is actually a vengeful god.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Icicle falls.
Damn it,
So-
Jesus.
Yes.
It does 1d4 damage. So you take 2 damage as this icicle. It hits your shoulder. And it's
Ow.
fortunately much blunter than you thought it would be.
That's gonna leave a bruise.
Yeah, it's gonna bruise you good. 7.
did not beat a 16.
Excellent.
Takes 10 damage.
Aha! Now we're cooking with kerosene. The slithering tracker takes 10 damage, and it is really pissed off. It hisses and recoils, and goo just sprays everywhere. And
The power
it
of
actually
Christ compels you.
it actually makes loud enough sound that it triggers an icicle attack, and no icicle. But it's looking pretty bad.
I pull out my trusty longsword and I jump at the thing, slashing wildly.
That is a miss. You're
Sick.
slashing too wildly.
I slash
Oh, you-
once and I slash again, and both of them are terrible.
and you try to take a swing, you miss, and your sword clangs against the ice.
Oh, my friend, you'll get it next time. I know you will.
And I slam into the ice, so obviously I must be triggering an icicle, yeah?
Misses. I'm only getting 1s or 4s on this. It's kind of weird. But I guess it's a 25% chance for that. All right, no icicles. These are actually pretty sturdy. Heads. So the centipedes meet Skunk.
Will we be friends or foes? Will we be rivals or lovers?
I want a lover I don't have to love.
The centipedes, they kind of crawl up on your boots and they try to bite you.
Ooh.
And they get a nat 20. These are some very skilled centipedes, actually.
Oh, centipedes, how could you? That's very unkind to bite my friend after he went to just greet you.
And they actually bite you for 7 points of damage.
I guess I was kind of asking for it.
You roll the 1d4 once? They crit.
Oh, that's right. It was crit. You're right.
Oh, no.
There you go.
So
it's 10 points of damage.
10 points of damage.
Damn, that's some crazy-ass centipedes.
They are so angry at your audacity, Skunk.
Ow.
They're like, get a load of this guy. Except they have no intelligence, so they are just reacting.
They're just hungry. I can't blame them.
All right, it is now the slithering tracker's turn again, and it is not happy. It's going to go after Murk because it recognizes Murk as the greatest threat. That's right, because Coen missed it. Not to rub salt in the wound. So it gets an 11, which just meets your AC, huh?
Yep, and I don't have my shield out, so...
Well, it hits you for 7 damage.
7 damage?
It swings its club appendage at you yet again, and conks you right on the noggin.
My goodness, that hurt. Ow. Ow, ow. I guess I deserve it, though.
All of you are just so self-flagellating.
Not me.
Can I just run away from the...
Yep, you can brush them off and run away.
You can disengage and
Yeah,
move
I
away.
run over back to where you guys are. I say bye to the centipedes. Nice to meet you.
I guess I need to say yet another prayer. Jesus, you did me right last time. Let's have you hook a brother up again.
8. So I fail the wisdom saving throw yet again. Let's see if you get an icicle. Nope, no icicle for you. 12.
12 damage.
Do you want to shout anything? Well, I mean,
As-
probably not. Do you want to whisper anything before you give the coup de grace?
Say hello to heaven.
The sacred flames hit the slithering tracker, and it just explodes. And it melts.
It explodes?
Yep, it explodes. And just
Was it
sprays.
filled with gas?
Yep,
Yellow goo everywhere.
goo everywhere on everything. And the slithering tracker is now dead. You are still surrounded by a ring of centipedes, but if you don't want to engage with them, you can get past them pretty easily, I would imagine.
I couldn't have done this without your help, friends.
You're welcome.
You kind of did, but that's it. You did well done, Murk and whatever your name is.
Well, it wasn't me. It was Jesus. The reason, as some say, for the season.
Yeah, we've learned a lot about Jesus today.
I knew almost
story
nothing
of
about
Jesus.
Jesus before, and I still don't. Thanks.
You can all sprint past the centipedes if you want, or you can attack them. It's your choice.
I say we take them out of their misery.
They're not miserable. They're fine. They're in their natural habitat.
But it's very cold.
I'm going to try and do a running jump over them.
Yeah, acrobatics check on that.
20.
Nice.
20. So Skunk, you run across this ice and leap, and you flip over these centipedes, and they have no intelligence, but they still look up at you, and you can tell that they are impressed and that they admire your incredible flip, and you land far beyond them.
I bow to them.
They're clapping their pincers together for you.
I take some live crickets out of my pocket and throw them to them.
They're really appreciative, and I'm gonna say that they actually disperse to feast on these crickets that are hopping away.
Very good thinking, my friend. You are the purest soul I have ever met. Just both of you. I really enjoy your company. Now, let's move on.
So you move deeper into this ice cavern, and it starts getting a little darker, but not totally dark. It's dim around you, and you notice that
I cast light.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, it's totally light in there, and it reflects off of all of the crystals. So it's like extra light in there. And you notice that the floor is sloping gently, and you get deeper, and it becomes colder, and that slope starts getting steeper and steeper until you find it difficult to stay upright. And I'd like you all to make an acrobatics check.
Okay.
20 again.
20 from Skumk. You are an alacritive little goblin. 19 from Coen.
19.
Very nice.
1.
And critical fail from Murk. So, what happened
Here I go.
is Murk barely even slides. It's more like he just tumbles headfirst somehow down the slope. Like he's almost parallel with the slope while falling. And he just disappears down into this, deeper into this cavern. And Skumk and Coen, you both basically surf down this ice slope, looking very, very cool as you do it. And I mean, if the centipedes were here watching, they would love it, but they're not here to see
I
it.
miss
But
them.
yeah, you are very impressed with yourselves, and it's almost as cool as when Legolas used that orc shield to basically snowboard down a pair of steps in
Yeah,
Lord of the
I'm
Rings.
doing sweet flips and ollies.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
I'm miming shooting a bow and arrow.
very
Yeah.
nice. So you are sliding faster and faster, and when the exhilarating ride is finished, you land in a den of some sort, and you are surrounded by the bones and climbing equipment of other fateful travelers. But fortunately, you have a light because of Murk, who's landed. I'm gonna say he's landed, in the snow with his head is in the snow. He's upside down.
His legs are.
That's exactly what I was picturing. You just see my hands and legs waving cartoonishly, hearing a muffled.
I pluck him out.
And
It makes a pop noise.
you realize that you are face to face with a hideous, many-legged creature whose body is made up of heavily armored, jagged segments, and it's glowing red with an intense heat, and two wings on its back are lifting up its upper body so that you can see its sharp teeth and its four antennae. It screeches and lunges towards you.
Hi.
Murk, you roll with a disadvantage because you landed prone.
All right, I rolled 11.
6.
Oh, and Coen, you got an 8.
Yes.
And the Remoraz gets a 15. You are attacked by this giant centipede creature that it doesn't really like you being inside of its burrow. And
Is
it
he
is
like the?
it's-
Is it like the mummy of the other centipedes?
yes, it is. It is the mummy of the centipedes. Although it is itself an adolescent, but babies having babies,
Oh, these days, kids.
They really need to teach them proper sex education.
You really do. Really do.
Hand
So
out centipede prophylactics, that kind of thing.
It shrieks and it tries to bite Coen.
I say, bite me. Oh shit, no.
And
Don't do that.
it gets a 10. So that it's so distracted by your taunt, Coen, that it misses you entirely, and it kind of looks wounded. I mean, just in its soul with you saying that, it was kind of rude.
That's so mean, Coen.
So it's now Murk's turn.
I pop my head out of the snow. I look around. There's this thing. Whew. Man, I don't know how far we in this dungeon, but I am concerned.
This thing seems very angry. Perhaps I can calm its emotions.
I will cast Sacred Flame again.
All right.
All right, Jesus, we've been doing very well together. Let's see what you can do now.
It gets a 14 on its wisdom save.
I do 12 damage.
Good job, Jesus.
It its head spins around and it starts spewing bile. And this is clearly a possessed creature because Jesus is doing very well against it. Coen's turn.
I again pull my my long sword and hack wildly and see what happens.
All right.
I crit 20.
I would say that's a hit. Critical 20. All right.
I'm gonna roll
Nat
again.
20. Excellent.
And that's an 18 as well.
That is another hit. All right.
And on my
So-
and I'm going to mutter bust. Oh no, let's just go with that. 220.
Bust.
Two hits.
All right.
I was going to make it a divine smite, but I think we might be able to knock this thing out.
Have you
Okay.
Without
considered
it.
trying a little bit of Jesus?
So here we go. Damage roll 10. 3 ones.
Wow.
Literally, you rolled 3 ones.
I did roll 3 ones.
That is amazing.
God damn you, bust. You're supposed to help me in these things.
Fortunately,
Jesus.
that is still
11 hit points of damage.
still 11 hit points down, and it recoils, and you can kind of see this look of confusion on its face because it's dealt with many a mountaineer before, but this you are suddenly a challenge, and it's kind of regretting that it's not getting an easy meal like usual. Skumk.
I am going to cast poison spray.
Ooh.
13.
13. Okay, you can start seeing, wounds opening up on this in this creature, and it is just so mad right now that this is happening, and it's starting to slow down a bit. And let's see, does that
You seem really mad.
My friends, you are both so incredibly impressive.
Stop condescending on us.
I am absolutely not condescending. I am injured at the thought that you may think I would ever condescend.
it decides to lunge at Skunk for poisoning it. It is going to try to bite him.
Ack.
Gets a 16. It hits you for 7 damage.
Are you okay?
I'm fine-ish.
I'm very upset that my friends are injured, but I don't know how much further we're going to be going in here. So he's looking pretty bad. I'm going to go ahead and cast Sacred Flame again.
Okay.
I got to go with my man Jesus.
Jesus, one last time.
Take the wheel.
Hit me, Jesus, one last time.
It hits.
3,
Rock
so it
me,
fails.
Jesus like a wagon wheel.
It fails the wisdom check yet again.
8 damage.
It yowls, and it recoils yet again, and it's bleeding openly. I mean, it's got blue blood just pouring out of its body, and it's limping around. It's not looking too great.
Alrighty. I do my usual. Swinging wildly with my sword. Crit 1.
All right, and a 19.
So 1 critical miss and a hit.
And I'm going to expend a spell slot to do a divine smite. Bust! I'm sick of fighting this dumb centipede. Make it go away, please. 25 damage.
Your wish is granted. You divinely. So your first attack, you miff a bit, and you actually nick your arm trying to swing at it, and you take 1d4 damage for that.
Yeah.
But on your second attack, your sword just bursts into divine flame, and it just slices through this Remoraz like a hot sword through a cold centipede, I think is how the term goes.
That's a very
And
common term.
Yeah, it's a
in these
common term.
parts.
And very comically, it's two. You slice it in half, and its top half is still flapping, and it actually flaps upwards, and it kind of flies away from its bottom body and impales itself on a ice spike that's in the back of one of the walls, and it's very funny.
Oh, it's kind of sad. Coen just
I run up to Coen, and my eyes are just absolutely wide with wonder, and say, "Friend, Coen, that was something to see. You say your god is Bast, is that right?"
yes, Bast, goddess of vengeance. You can, I mean, if it's not too late, you could worship her as well as Jesus. I mean, she's always willing to take on more worshippers as long as you like cats.
Well, I worship all gods. Whoever's willing to help. Just happened that Jesus was willing to help today. But my goodness, look what Bast can do. I am very impressed.
Jesus
Yes.
is looking really. I mean,
Bast.
we pan away to heaven and we see Jesus like looking kind of sad and turning away and wiping a tear away.
Poor dude. He can't catch a break.
Yeah, really can't.
Bast is kind of a monogamous god. She prefers if you only worship her.
Yeah, you got to choose. This is a real God love triangle.
She's not she's not one for god shoppers. That's all.
So who are you going to choose, Murk?
Oh gosh, I apologize, Bast. I can't devote myself to one god, as I believe every one of you has something to offer.
Now all the gods are really feeling pretty snubbed.
I would think that they would all feel great about that.
Yeah, you've burnt some bridges here today.
Look, I can imagine some.
All right, I imagine some of the gods would be upset, but, I imagine some of the gods would be okay with that.
Yeah, I mean, some of the more pathetic gods are just happy to be worshipped.
If you worship a bunch of crappy gods, that can combine to equal one more powerful one.
Yeah, if they all work together, they form together like a Voltron. Behind this Remoraz, there's actually another smaller cave that you can pass through, and it's actually the only way out of this den. And it looks just about giant centipede sized.
Before we go through, I'm going to sneak off into a corner and lay hands on myself, and
okay.
Bast for some healing energy, and I heal myself back up to full.
I'm like taking the scales of the
Remoraz.
giant centipede and trying to stuff them in my oversized coat pockets.
Okay. They're still pretty warm to the touch, so you're gonna have to be like, ooh ah, ooh ah.
They're cooked.
Oh no, the sacred flame causes no heat.
No, but it was a heat beast.
Okay.
It's a creature of fire and ice.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hear there's a song about that creature.
Yeah, it's a song that like takes a really, really long time to finish,
Really,
and you're not sure if it's ever
really
going to end.
I want to just do a random perception check on this tunnel before we walk in there.
And I presume you still have your light going, Murk?
I recast it in case it's been an hour.
You look through this tunnel, and it looks fairly smooth, but it does look like it gets kind of narrower down further. But there's no danger that you notice. And I didn't even let you roll, but that's what you notice.
Oh, I rolled a 20. So.
Oh, I didn't even see that. I just launched forward with this description. Yeah,
That's fine.
You don't notice anything immediately dangerous.
Yeah, let's go down this tunnel.
All right, so you pass through this ice tunnel, and as you go, it narrows and shrinks enough to the point where you're starting to have to stoop down and eventually having an army crawl, and ultimately you actually have to wriggle through part of this tunnel to get through to the other side, but you eventually see a light at the end of the tunnel.
Are we sure this is a tunnel and we're not just going into a crevasse in a mountain?
You're not sure of that. No, you might just be going in there to starve to death. That would be an interesting way to end this.
I can't help but wonder if this is what the Grunch has to do every time he goes shopping.
So you eventually see a light at the end of this tunnel, and you exit into a large cavern that's lit with torches on the wall. The first thing you notice is that there is a big sled that's laden with burlap sacks, and it smells an awful lot like the the desserts from back at the speckled ass. You also see what looks like a gigantic humanoid stone statue in the corner that's slumped over. At a big writing desk sits Grunch the bugbear, still dressed in the bright red beanie and coat of good Saint Piddlespot-Now-How. And at his feet sits a snoozing direwolf with fake antlers on its head.
Mr. Grunch, you're a mean one.
We have no evidence of that.
Grunch turns around and sighs and goes, I suppose those damned Hows down in Howsburg sent you, didn't they? I should have guessed they'd send some mercenaries to dispatch me. They certainly don't have the constitution to do it themselves, cowards. You know, there's a back door around the other side of this mountain you could have come in. Did you realize that?
It would have made things a lot easier.
This is our first time visiting you.
He gestures to a cave opening on the other side. It would have been a lot simpler, you know, and I wouldn't have been out of guard Remerzod.
Yeah, but we went the scenic route and we grew as people, so...
We met a lot of different sizes and shapes
Of
of
centipede.
Yes.
centipedes.
Yes,
Yeah.
those...
I didn't even know they came in that many varieties.
And we learned that the true solstice is the friends you make along the way.
Did we?
He groans at that. Well, I suppose we best get on with it then, this dirty business. Yes, I admit I stole their feast from them, those noisome fools. But in my defense, they're very annoying. Those Hows always banging and clanging about on their flugel How horns and Piddlespot flots. It's fucking disgusting is what it is, that noise. Ugh.
Have you considered investing in noise removal?
No,
Noise insulation, or whatever you call it?
no, I have not.
Inflation.
Snow works pretty well for that.
I prefer anger. That's how I deal with my problems. I deal with my problems with anger.
I respect that.
And, I believe we're going to fight now. And the Grunch, who's not very intimidating of a bugbear, he stands up from his desk and he stretches and groans a little, and he lazily walks over to the stone statue in the corner, and he climbs into a hatch on its back and closes it behind him. And the statue is suddenly animated with an eerie blue light, and it rises from the corner and slams his stone fists together. And you can see the Grunch through a clear window in the stone golem's chest, and you can see he's operating it with levers. And he sneers and lumbers towards you.
What does the statue look like?
It looks like the rough shape of a man, but it's not very defined.
I just rolled a 20 for initiative.
Nice.
How far is he from us inside this suit?
So he is. It's a pretty large cavern. So he is about 40 feet away from you.
I just want to do a perception check to take note of the size of his shoes in comparison to his feet.
Okay. All right. You did
I rolled an 18.
On perception.
Yeah, on
Yeah.
perception.
You notice that his shoes are much too tight for his feet. I mean, probably 3 sizes too small.
Hello.
Do you want to use that 18 for initiative, Coen? I mean, it was good for a perception roll, but also be good for initiative.
Yeah, sure, I'll do that.
20. Natural
Wow. Those are some really good rolls. Skunk, you are up first.
20. What's the dog in fake antlers doing?
It's sleeping.
I'll let it sleep
It
then.
seemed,
It'd be
yeah,
rude to
let
wake
that
it up.
sleeping dog
Kind-
lie. It seems
sleeping,
uninterested
yeah.
in protecting the Grunch.
I'm going to turn into, for the holiday flavor, I turn into a polar bear.
Okay.
And I run up to the big old Grinch
So
robot.
it's about 40 feet away from you. What's your speed like?
40 feet.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, bears are fast.
That is true. That is a true fact about bears.
Yeah, that's what people tune into this podcast for. I do a multi-attack,
Oh, okay.
which is first I bite it with my big old bear mouth. 21.
21. Okay, that hits.
7 damage. And then I do an attack with my claws. There, that's better.
23.
23.
Jeez.
Bears, man.
Bears. Crazy.
Polar bears are the most dangerous bears.
That is true. So your attack,
More bear facts.
though vicious, barely seems to even take a chunk out of this stone golem, and the Grunch laughs at you bitterly from inside.
Oh, I didn't roll for my claw damage.
Oh, shoot! That's why I was confused. I took that off as damage. The 23's damage.
Oh, you
That's
thought
why
I did
was so
26
surprised.
damage.
Yeah. Okay.
I do
So
13 damage
All right,
with my
that's
claws.
still good.
Yes.
All right. The chunk taken out is even smaller. So now it is Murk's turn.
There's got to be something here that could possibly give us an advantage.
I do an investigation in the room. 15.
15. You look around the room, and it's actually pretty sparse, and you get a sense of kind of the lonely desolation of the Grunch's life, and it's kind of piteous. But he is also safety conscious and has not left any hazards around that would endanger him.
How far is the wolf?
It's at its writing desk. I mean, I'm gonna say it's kind of a circular room, so 30 feet away.
So it's the wolf is closer to us than the Grunch.
Yeah, he had to wander away to a corner to get to the stone golem.
I run to the wolf.
Hey, little good boy, how are you doing?
It looks up and goes, "Rrr?"
Look at your master. He's being a not very nice man. Do you like him?
I free the wolf.
Okay, he's not bound in any way.
Oh,
He was just sleeping.
Free him from sleep.
It stands up and it kind of shakes itself off and yawns.
Well, I guess I just wasted my turn.
All right, Coen, your turn.
So I'm gonna run at the golem.
Okay, it's 40 feet away.
Yeah, so I just run and I use my action to make it.
It is now the stone golem's turn, or rather the Grunch's turn. He laughs again and says, "I'm so delightfully mean. I love being mean. It sustains me, really. I rather like it. And I'm going to be mean to you, Paladin."
By any chance, are you a crook?
"I am a crook. I'd say I'm a mix of a crook and a man who abandoned his son. It's somewhere in between those." It is going to attempt to slam Coen with its massive golem arm.
Bring it on, golem.
9, which does not hit you.
I nimbly dodge his fist.
Yeah, you roll right under its swinging stone fist, and it slams into the cave wall, and things shake a little. It's almost like a little minor earthquake.
Is that the best you can do?
It's not the best I can do. No, I can do much better. And it is now...
This character's taken a different direction than I expected.
It is now Ivan's turn.
I am going to keep on poling the bear by jumping right on it. Does the golem have a head?
It has, a form of a head, but it's still made of stone.
Does it have like a hatch that I can try and pry open?
There's a sealed hatch in the back that the Grunch has closed behind it, but it has sealed up magically. So it is one continuous thing.
Also, bears famously can't open hatches.
That is another good bear fact. Stan, can you come up with a drop for all the bear fact? Yeah, a drop
like a little
musical cue.
stinger.
Like a music drop?
Yeah.
Bear facts.
Bear facts.
Bear.
I claw on it, 9. So that's a miss.
That is a miss.
And then bite on it. That's also a miss.
It's kind of smooth stone, so you kind of scramble against it and lose your grip.
Yeah, I try to bite the glass, that's over his face, and I realize that is impossible. But it is gross to him because...
Yeah, it's all slobbery.
Yeah.
I guess it's time to pull out the big guns, as they might say. And they do. They say these things.
And I flex for him and kiss my biceps and say, "What would you say?"
I would say I'm not interested.
No, not you. I was talking to Coen.
Oh, you can do what you like. Bring out the guns, sure, if you've got one.
I run up into the fray so that I'm there with Coen and Skumk and the Grunch.
Jesus, Bast, come join the party.
And I cast Spirit Guardians.
Spirit Guardians.
And what happens is little spirits come down to protect us. They flit around us in a distance of up to a distance of 15 feet. So it's a 15-foot radius, 30-foot diameter. You know, they look like little mini versions of Jesus and Bast.
And some other gods that are too obscure to recognize.
Skunk, Coen, myself, nor the wolf is affected by it. Any creature that's in this area, when it starts its turn in this area, it has to do a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature takes 3d8 radiant damage.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and during this time, while it's inside of it, its speed is halved, so it can't move its full speed.
All right, very good. The dire wolf very sleepily walks over and it puts its head up under Murk's hand. You know, like how dogs do when they really want to get your attention. Kind of puts its head up under your hand and nuzzles at you.
That was very anticlimactic.
It just wants some attention.
Perhaps you should give your dog some attention, man.
I abandoned my dog too. I'm not a good bugbear.
You must have no heart to abandon a dog.
It's true. Some would say that my heart is not quite the size it should be.
Does anyone have the enlarge spell?
If Hayden was here, he would. I'm going to run up and I'm going to strike at this golem. You know, fighting against us is futile. You should give up and just give back all of the How's feast.
I don't think I'll be doing that.
Well,
I don't think you realize how powerful golems are.
Then you will be hit.
Very well.
And I'm gonna double that up with Divine Smite and Thunderous Smite. A wave of thunder comes out of my sword and blasts him away. A strength saving throw or be pushed 10 feet away and knocked prone.
21.
Okay, well, he passes the strength. He doesn't get blasted away, but he still takes 23 damage.
It is now the stone golem's turn. Didn't realize I had multi-attack the last time I did this and only did the one attack, but it has 2 attacks. It's going to aim for Coen and 16.
That's a miss.
And for a second attack, it's going to aim for Polar Bear Skunk with a 10. That's a miss.
What's the dog doing?
Yeah, it's nuzzling its head under Murk's hand and trying to get attention.
I don't begrudge that dog at all. I will keep on trying to bear up this stone man.
Okay.
When I hit him, did he seem to take a lot of damage, or did it just kind of...
Oh, yeah, sorry. So, a small chunk basically came off of its body, but it wasn't very affected.
I do another bite attack and roll a 19.
19, all right, that hits.
9 damage.
9 damage, all right. Takes off a pebble.
And then I scratch it again. 20.
20, all right, that hits.
Oh, when you did its turn, it stayed in one place, right? It didn't move?
It didn't move.
You need to do a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, that's right. All right.
And I do 7 more damage with my claws.
17.
It passed, so it'll take half damage.
Oh, half
so
damage?
It'll take half of 17.
We'll go 9.
Are there any breathing holes?
It has about 2 hours worth of air in it. I suppose you could just run around it for 2 hours until he suffocated.
Well, here's what I'm going to do, because he can get out of there, right?
He could, yes.
It's not sealed from the inside, right?
I mean, yeah, he could get out. He could unlock it from the inside.
Can I see where the hatch was, but where it's sealed?
You would have to kind of remember.
I cast Calm Emotions.
You cast Calming Emotion, and it is actually immune to any form of magic to change its emotional status.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. So it can't be charmed, can't be frightened, can't be any of that.
I just shrug and go, what are you gonna do?
If you come at the king, you best not miss.
I suppose we could just run around you for 2 hours.
You could do that, but I think your sense of justice and your sense of story will not allow you to do that. And I believe I could clothesline you with my massive stone arms if you ran around me.
Well, I mean, we wouldn't run around you so fast that you could do that. We just strafe very slowly.
I suppose you could. I'd be quite annoyed, though.
Well, whatever.
The dire wolf, it sees something out of the corner of its eye, something moving, and it turns towards it, and it doesn't see it, but then it sees it out of its eye again, and it starts spinning in circles, trying to grab the irritating, wagging thing in the corner of its eye, and that is the dire wolf's turn.
I just want to take a moment to see if I can see what the dire wolf is looking for.
Its tail.
Oh, I see. I laugh at the direwolf and I just kind of I say, stupid dogs. That's why cats are so much better. And then
and the Grunch says, Maximilian, you stop that right now.
I film it for YouTube.
Do it for the
and
vine.
Then I say, Mr. Grunch.
Yes.
Have you ever experienced love? Have you ever been loved?
No, I can't say as I have, no.
You know, it's a very nice feeling. If you were to give us...
Stop rubbing it in.
If you were to take this feast down to the house, they would love you.
I don't think that's true. I think that they would still hold ill emotions towards me, and I just don't care for this emotion called love. It seems unpleasant, and I have no concept of how to do it.
Well, I don't happen to hear any singing, like, coming from outside the cave.
No, the Hows are not singing. There's no
Hows.
singing.
Start singing, you bastards.
You could sing yourself if you wanted to, I suppose.
I could. What would I sing?
I start singing.
I start singing Christmas in Hollis.
All right, I'm going to hit it as Gollum after all that talking. 19.
That's a hit.
That's a hit. And 13. Okay, so I'm doing Divine Smite at second level. I'm also going to hit him with another Thunderous Smite. Look, if we can't do this the nice way, you're going to have to do this bast's way. And
Good. I abhor all things nice. It's terrible.
Call down a Thunder Strike on him. I do 24 damage.
And it fails saving. So Anne is knocked back
10 feet and knocked
10
prone.
feet. And prone, wow.
So the giant golem just smashes into the ground on its back.
Okay, I will admit that did not feel good.
That's the opposite of love.
I still don't feel like I have a very good grasp of what love is.
This is tough love.
You know, not liking, it's like not that.
But I don't want to know what love is. I don't want you to show me.
Oh, okay. I will respect your wishes because I love you.
I don't think that's truly love.
And therefore respect your autonomy.
I do appreciate that, though.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. It struggles to its feet, so it can't move after that, right?
Well, yeah, because if it takes half its movement to stand up, then all it can do is stand up.
Okay.
So it's now 10 feet away from us.
All right, so then it has to do a wisdom saving.
It is 15 feet from where I am, so he's still within that field.
Let's see, so 17 and 18.
It
so
passed.
it beats. So it takes half damage, right?
Yeah, so it's going to take half of 18, so 9 damage.
9 damage, all right. You are actually starting to see some it's starting to slow down a little, and it's starting to kind of, I guess, stumble a bit, and, that you can see a few chunks taken out of the stone golem. So it's starting to weaken. It's going to cast slow in a range so everybody can see. It's which would be all of you. So you all have to make a DC 17 Wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, that's nasty.
Sweet.
You all get +4 thanks to my being close to me.
Sweet.
Very
That
nice.
makes mine +12.
Oh, crap.
31.
Wow.
I'm going to use a luck point and try that again. 20.
Skumk?
24.
Okay, well, all of you passed the wisdom saving throw, and none of you have been slowed.
What about
All
the
right.
dog? Does the dog start going around really slowly in circles?
Yes, the dog takes half speed.
What was that you were saying about coming at the king? You better eat something.
Yes.
Better eat shit.
Better
Yes,
eat
if
your
you come on the
Yes.
king, you better eat shit.
Let's not be rude, little one. I get it. It's funny though.
Please be rude. I would hate to see any kindness demonstrated in front of me. I find it disgusting, personally.
Yeah, I sympathize. I'm going to do a another multi-attack. Oh, natural 20.
Wow.
Whoa!
Amazing.
Amazing.
And what's your roll? Holy crap, you rolled 21, did you? Yeah.
Yeah, 11
And
plus
12.
12 plus 5.
Wowzers. All right.
And then I also have a multi-attack, so I guess that was
Jeez.
just the first, that was just the bite. No, it was the claws. Yeah.
right.
So now I'll do a bite.
Crap.
Nat 20.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another natural 20. That's amazing. 8 plus
it's
1 plus 5.
14.
Okay. Wow. You have really mauled this stone golem, and there are cracks all around its body, and in the glass. The extremely strong magic glass. You can see the Grunch looking around, being rather surprised that its stone golem is failing. But he refuses to give up. And it is now Murk's turn.
Our teamwork can't be beat. See, Grunch, what you can do with the help of others. You're a stone golem, practically impenetrable. And here, we are literally cracking your armor. Ha ha ha. And perhaps metaphorically, too.
The Grunch groans and clutches at his chest.
Now let's see if we can get you out of there.
I cast Guiding Bolt.
And what does that do?
A flash of light streaks toward a creature of your choice within range. Make a ranged spell attack against the target. On a hit, the target takes 4d6 radiant damage, and the next attack roll made against this target before the end of your next turn has advantage, thanks to the mystical dim light glittering on the target until then. All right, I am going to use this as a 3rd level spell. 19.
That is a hit.
All right, so it's going to do 6d6 damage.
Jeez.
It's all the Jesus you can handle.
And a light fires out from my hands into his body. You see light beaming out from the cracks inside the golem's suit, making him so much easier to hit for some reason.
It's all you can eat, Jesus.
The golem shudders, and the cracks glow with radiant light, and the entire thing just crumbles to gravel around it, and the Grunch is left standing in a pile of rubble. And he goes, "Well, I'm done now. I seem to have been defeated."
I lower my sword and I walk up to him and I hug him.
I run up to him and I give him a hug too.
I give him a bear hug.
So, you see, a warm glow come to the Grunch's face, and he goes, I think I understand what love is." And you see him clutching his chest, and
Oh no.
his chest starts
I cast a-
expanding. And
I cast Healing Word.
and expanding larger, and his heart bursts out of his chest, and he collapses to the ground, dead. You have defeated the Grunch.
No.
His heart grew too much. Oh no.
Oh, that's...
Do you have any healing spells left?
Is there any hope?
He's dead.
Have
we got a necromancer in the house?
No, this can't be. I cast Revivify.
I don't think that brings people back to life, does it?
Yes. You touch a creature that has died within the last minute. The creature returns to life with 1 hit point. The spell can't return to life a creature that has died of old age, nor can it restore any missing body parts.
Well, that's gonna be a problem because its heart exploded.
Yeah, I think the Grunch is dead.
The Grunch
No,
is very, very dead.
All right, I pick up the Brunch and I strap him to the top of the cart.
He was the nicest new friend we met in this adventure.
Wait. Oh.
Besides the centipedes.
Oh.
So, you look out the cave on the opposite side, or the cave opening on the opposite side, and you see a nice smooth trail down the mountain that the sled can easily go down.
Yeah, I strapped the Brunch to the sled.
Can the dire wolf pull the sled?
Yeah, the dire wolf can pull the sled. Yes.
Do you want to pull the sled, Mister? I strapped some reindeer horns to the dire wolf's head.
Oh, it already had reindeer horns.
Oh, he already has those?
Yeah,
okay.
He already had them on. Yeah. So there's a second pair on it now?
Yeah.
On top of the other pair? Okay.
Yep. It's reindeer horns all the way down.
I'm going to presume that you're going to return this to the house and not take it for yourself.
No, we're sliding into town. I want to hear what their reaction is.
All right. So
with the Grunch's dead body strapped to the roof.
And with the dead body of the giant flaming centipede that
You've
we
got
killed.
that.
We can make it into roast beast.
So the Hows down in Hausberg are overjoyed that you have survived and defeated the Grunch and returned their presents. And they grab the Grunch's body and they string it up on a pole outside town as a warning to any other bugbears that might try to do this in the future. And he becomes a grim warning to anyone who would mess with the Hows of Hausberg. And
that was a song of ice and fire.
I look at this with a sort of resignation and I hang in my head and say, I don't think I accomplished much of anything today.
Bast is very happy with this treatment of
you are given a hero's welcome, and the Hows all gather around and start singing a cheerful song that goes, howdo hoodo, we're so happy that you killed him. The mayor is there and he nods and he's very glad that you never agreed to accept any payment of any sort for this, and all you get for your adventure is you get to share in their feast. And so you have a very delicious feast of St. Piddlespot-Now-How.
Yay!
You did it.
Merry St. Piddlespot. I can't even say it.
When do we realize that they're not going to pay us, at all?
Oh, I agreed to not be paid.
Yeah, I agree. I also agreed to not be paid.
I didn't agree to not be paid. I said we would not accept payment until we delivered it.
The mayor had gone by that stage.
You should have signed a contract with the mayor.
I slam my fists on the desk and say, well, I've had enough of this. I've been kind and I've been good, and I get rewarded for my efforts. No, this damn thing's heart blows up, and you assholes string him up as a warning. Well, let me tell you this. You will have no such luck.
I will take this body and use it as my own trophy! Do you understand, you puny shitballs?
Do you put on the outfit and then steal all the food?
I flip over the table. I flip over all the tables.
Wow.
The cycle of violence begins anew.
Always one creepy uncle.
Well, thank you all for participating in this very silly Solstice adventure with me.
The silly Solstice.
Thank
Truly
you,
silly
Michael M.
Solstice.
Thank you, Michael M. Rader.
Oh, well.
Your
thank you.
adventure was entertaining as always.
It was a delight, and thank you for having me as a player instead of a DM.
It was fun to turn the tables for a change.
You were a creep.
I was just trying to be a very nice person.
Then you snapped.
Well, I mean, he is half orc, so
Yeah, well, that's true. There's
they're
that part in
prone
there.
to, according to the book, they're prone to fits of rage.
The book is all full of stereotypes.
I think that was a great note to end on, Stan. I appreciated that.
Mary
All right,
Solstice.
since this is a bonus episode, I think the only thing we should plug is Mike's show.
Yes.
Yeah. So you've heard it before. You'll hear it again. I have a podcast called "We'll Get It Right Next Year: An Adventure
I
in
love
Cinema."
it.
At Dash We Bought a Zoo, and Ivan was on it, and Stan was on it, and Hayden was on it, and Jody, you need to be on sometime.
One day.
One day.
When
Over
is
a
the yearly?
rainbow.
When do you have to watch the movie?
The year will end next. We started on April 1st, and so it'll be next April 1st.
Not much longer.
This
Yeah,
is
we're getting there. We're
the
over halfway through.
the longest April Fool's joke in history.
Yeah, it's gone on a little too long. But that is a podcast where I and my good friend Ryan Lynch, we spend an entire year speculating about what the plot of a movie is. This year, the movie is We Bought a Zoo. And at the end of the year-long period, we will watch the movie and see how close we got. And spoiler alert, I think we're pretty close.
Yeah, I think you got it exactly so far. I've
Yeah.
never seen it.
Nailed it.
Next episode, we're going to be watching the trailer without sound. And then, yeah.
Oh,
Whoa. Teasing yourself.
That's a big step.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
So that's
well-
where
all
we're at.
right. Well, check out We'll Get It Right Next Year.
I've
Yep.
been
Yeah.
Jody Doyle.
I'm Ivan Clark.
I'm Stan Ferguson.
And I'm Michael Rader.
Goodbye,
Bye.
everybody.
Fly on, beautiful night birds.
Happy winter holidays. Oh, yeah, I'll edit this.
This podcast was edited by Stan Ferguson. Our music was by Ron Lubavitch. Find Ron at God's Little Peep Show on the internet. Thank you for listening. Bye.